In one of my previous videos, I explained how to use this model with Azure Playground. Now it's time to move on to the next step. In this video, I will demonstrate how to integrate it and use the GPT-4 real-time model in .NET application. Before we begin this demo, I will cover up some key concepts related to this model. Finally, we'll explore the demo together. Let's get started. So here, quick overview. First, we'll understand the GPT-4 real-time preview. What are the core available in this model? Second, the session is a very important topic for this model that we'll cover up. Finally, we'll cover one simple demo how to implement this feature using .NET. OpenAI GPT-4 real-time is a smarter, faster version of the GPT-4 model designed for real-time communication. It can handle text, audio, and images quickly and smoothly. First is this multimodal ability. So it work as I mentioned, text, sound, and pictures, making it useful for many tasks. Second, it provides fast response, replying almost quickly as a person, perfect for real-time chats. Third, this is a very important one. GPT-4 real-time always connected with a steady connection, ideal for voice assistants or customer support. And finally, it supports action commands, performing tasks or bringing the in new information during a chat to make even more helpful. Communication over WebSockets offering a stateful event-based architecture. This means it remembers interaction throughout the session, ensuring seamless conversation. Here how it works. The real-time API maintains session states including a audio input buffer, conversation history, and response generation. It's designed rich multimodal engagement. This response generation, you can see this two type of response is coming, audio and audio transcript. And finally, a session, essentially a single WebSocket connection between your client and the server. It's the foundation for all the interaction. So once your new section has been created, there is only one WebSocket between your app and the model. So this connection take care the complete conversation until the session expires. These are the core of real-time API model. So it's offering stateful, event-based architecture and a multi-model, and it maintains the input audio buffer, which users send that one. It's maintained this input audio buffer, plus it's maintaining the conversation also, user message, what we sent, and what it response, model response, those information also maintaining this conversation session, and important the response. Not only we get audio, we get the text information also. First, the text has been created. From that, the audio will be generated actually. Let's move on to our Visual Studio. We write one simple example how to implement this feature using Azure OpenAI. In Visual Studio, I have created one WPF application. This sample based on the desktop application, so I used WPF in my base of this sample. And make sure you have installed the latest NuGet beta package, Azure AI OpenAI, the package called 1.0 beta 2. Make sure you have installed this package. And here I have mainly divided two folders here, one about audio device, second Azure real time conversation. These are the user defined class. Audio device I come later. My main focus here is Azure real time conversation. So here Azure OpenAI factory class. Here I have created my Azure OpenAI client using endpoint, API key, and deployment. This I have explained in our last video. This one, how to use GPT-4o real-time preview model in Azure AI Studio. There I created the deployment model, how to create it, which resource we have to select, that information I given there. So if you want to understand how to create this deployment, you can watch this video to understand the concept. So here I passed my endpoint API key. changes in the endpoint, go to my config file. This is my endpoint, OpenAI real-time endpoint. Usually we used HTTP protocol to connect the model. For real-time model, we have to use WebSocket protocol. So you have to change your protocol to WSS. And in the end, usually we used until here OpenAI. For this one, we have to add real-time also. So make sure if any issue is coming, first you have to check your endpoint, you properly configured or not. So go to our OpenAI factory class, and this one is the main function. So this API we have to use get a real-time conversation client. Here we have to pass our deployment. Deployment is our model, GPT-4o real-time model. We have to pass it deployment here, and this function return the real-time conversation client. So this class has to be written from this API. So the next create session. This is a user-defined class. This class return the real-time conversation session object. So if you want to start the new conversation, we have to use this API to create the conversation. So the conversation called a start conversation async function. This is provided by Azure OpenAI. We have to call this API to start the conversation. Next, to move on to another user-defined class, active session. This also is a defined class. Here I passed our session object. So here Azure OpenAI Factory create session, return the session object. So this I passed to here, conversation session object here. And if you come to here, the start async, this also is a defined class. And this one is important one. This function important, as I mentioned, the session is the core of this communication. So this function take care all the steps for us. Once this function get called, it returns conversation update event notification. So here I define my one more user defined function, handle update async function. Here I pass conversation update and the session object. In the conversation update, we have to check the event type, what type of event we are getting. Based on that, we have to take the decision. We have to handle the functionality. Once this function get called, first event get triggered, conversation session started update. So session has started, we get this event. Here we have to pass our input stream. The start session, I'm calling this send input audio async function. Here I passed my input stream. This is a stream or event. Here we have to pass our stream object. The next event get triggered once we started speaking to this model. This event get triggered. Speech started update. Finish event get triggered based on our silence. If 5 seconds or 10 seconds delay if occurred, then this event get triggered. Once model start responding, we get this event. Streaming part delta update. Here we get the audio bytes information. This information I pass to my audio output stream. If in case if any error occurred, we get this event, conversation error update. And here I have another function called the configuration section. This we'll talk about later. At the moment here I just pass only in the conversation voice. So what type of voice we are going to use, that information I passed. That's it. This is a basic code here. Next we'll move to our main window XAML CS file. The XAML I added the start button. Once the start button get triggered, these are just for UI related code. The main code, this one, line number 87, I call the start recording function. The start recording function, first I define my input and output device. The next I created the real-time conversation client. The next I requested to the Azure OpenAI Factory create session. So once the session has been created, I pass this session object to my user defined class active session, which we talked about here. So this function get invoked, and here we are calling the function receive update async function. As I mentioned, session will start, user can speak. After that, model response, all the events occur here. So we'll run this application and see our output. Now click the ready button. First we will create the session. Creating session. Once this session is ready, our OpenAI get listen our input. Hi.
Hello. How can I assist you today?
Can you tell me a joke?
Sure, here's one for you. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts.
It's okay. What is the capital of India?
The capital of India is New Delhi.
What is better, cats or dog?
Cats are pretty amazing, right? They're curious little creatures, often independent yet affectionate, and have been our companion.
What is your
Sounds like
favorite? What is your favorite food?
I don't eat. But if I could choose a favorite food, I'd probably go for something intriguing like sushi. It's colorful, artfully crafted, and
Do you
has
know?
a great mix.
Do you know
I don't
about
sleep.
South Indian food?
Yes, South India is a vibrant region known for its rich culture. Languages like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, and more. Delicious cuisine,
Can
including
you tell me about Tamil Nadu? Something you said Tamil.
Tamil Nadu is a state in southern India known for its rich history, classical arts, and stunning
Classical
temple
arts.
architecture.
Classical arts. Okay. Then you know
Yes,
Tanjavur.
yes, Tanjavur, also known as Tanjore, is a city in Tamil Nadu famous for its rich cultural heritage. It's home to the Brihadiswara Temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site,
What is the
known for
special?
its
What is the special?
Tanjore paintings are a traditional art form from Tanjavur. It really is. Tanjore paintings are not just beautiful, but also carry a deep sense of history and tradition about its color.
So this is a simple example how to implement real-time audio using .NET in Azure OpenAI. In upcoming videos, we talk about how to call function calling and how to set the system prompt. We'll talk about more about upcoming videos.